We're good. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is MCE Graduate Assistant Carson back again with another interview on what it's like to be a primatologist. And this time I'm joined today by Central Washington University's very own Dr. Sun. So with that, Dr. Sun, I just want to thank you first and foremost for taking the time to do this with us. The museum was really bummed given the circumstances that we couldn't highlight your work. So this is the next best thing to do. And with that, we'll just jump right into the questions I have for you. So first of all, what made you want to study primates?
Primates have been in my mind for quite some years. I started with working on something else, antelopes first, the deer. And then I worked on possums. Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing to do. And I worked on beavers for 10 years, more than 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, more than 10 years. And I wrote a book about beavers as well. And normally, as long as I work on something long enough, I tended to write a book just for fun, just for the record, probably. And also, before that, I worked on small rodents for a while, with giant panda as well. I worked on panda for 12 years. And before I realized it is a glamorous and beautiful animal, the problem as a scientific topic is they're not social. The second is that they are endangered, which means your sample size is anemically small. So you cannot do much about it. It takes years to accumulate enough data. So for a person like me, I'm more into the hypothesis testing rather than doing something that is conservation or something. I'm interested in pursuing scientific questions, not at the practical level, but more theoretical.
Okay.
So primates give me the best option because I'm interested in social behavior. I'm interested in social issues. I'm interested in the comparison between the human society and the primates. So that's nice. That'll be nice. So I began to work on the Primatologist macaques since 2003. Dr. Sharan and I and a few others made the trip to China, and so that was the beginning of the first field season.
That's fascinating. So from pandas to primates.
Yeah.
So in that case, you've worked with Dr. Sharan in China. What does your research entail and how do you do it?
My most interesting aspect is that how the society is organized. Especially, for example, the relationship between high-ranking and low-ranking individuals, between males and females, and also the how the low-ranking individuals move around in terms of ranks. So we call it social mobility. It is a sociological concept or economic concept that primatologists still today have not been paying attention to. So I think that's some area we can make a dent and make a difference. So we started early, a few years ago, we began to work on that, and we found that there are a lot to work on. So I think that this is some kind of leading ideas in terms of our approach. Rather than looking at the social ranks, we look at the entire social network and also see the mobility of individuals over time. And this is the good thing about the long-term studies. You have enough data to see within the group, within the same generation, how the social ranks change over time. And also, it's possible that over the years, we have been working on that for 32 years. Of course, I started at 17 years, but now the data could be traced back to 32 years ago. So we could look into the historical data and also asking questions about the intergenerational mobility. See, different generations would would influence each other. A high-ranking mother, for example, may have high-ranking children, and that would change. And like our societies as well, we have rich families. They tended to be born with silver spoon.
Right.
So that's the kind of idea. Well, society is not equal because of the beginning point. If somebody is born into a rich family, his or her chance will be a lot better than just ordinary people who have to fight their way through in their career.
So then, given that, why should we continue to study primates?
Well, for many reasons. For me, I want to understand the evolutionary aspects between humans and other non-human primates. And by comparison, we see how our societies come to be and what might be the similarities and differences. And we can learn a lot from primates because they are more diverse. And we also see the evolutionary trajectory as to what kind of societies will be functional, what kind of society will not be. So that is from human perspective, but also for the sake of primates themselves. We want to understand it as a knowledge. We want to understand it as conservation. Nowadays we have been increasingly encroaching to their habitats. And one of the first impact is their social structure would be influenced, even before they disappear, for example, from their habitats. So that would give us some ideas as to how the presence of humans would influence their society as well.
I love that.
For example, the social structures would be different.
Right. Well, then, as a primate student, one question that I get asked that I wanted to pose to you is, what is your favorite primate?
I like every one of them. Although I don't know every one of them, I like every one of them. It would be nice to, for example, to study chimpanzees or bonobos because they are more human-like. But there are several reasons for me to stay away. One is that there are too few, and it's hard to get them to get into their habitats to study. And of course, zoos and some of the facilities, the artificial facilities, could provide a sort of substitute, but it's never the same between the natural population versus the artificial population. Right. And there are so many people studying them, and really it's hard to ask questions that you would like to ask. So that is not the easy thing, but basically I like every species. The primates are always fun to study.
I would have to agree. Well, perfect. That was all we had time for today. So thank you again for this so much. This was fantastic, and hopefully we'll be able to all see each other again soon.
Oh, definitely. We will, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, Dr. Sun.
Oh, thank you, Carson. Yeah.